Hey there, thanks for tuning in. You're watching Dirt Bike Channel. I'm your host Kyle Brotherson, and today we're going to talk about putting some more protection on your dirt bike, specifically these Bulletproof Designs rear disc guards. Stick around. I've done videos like this in the past. I want to just kind of take you through why I'm doing this. So I'm still trying to rehab my ACL. My knee. I've got about 5 weeks, four or 5 weeks before I can ride. And I've got this KTM 250XC that I need to get ready to go. And I also have right over here a KTM 300XC WTPI that I need to get ready to go. I'm not a big aftermarket part guy. I don't do a lot of things to my bikes. I do skid plates, I do rear disc guards, I do tubeless on the tires. That's about it. The reason why I do that, the reason why I put the skid plate on is to protect the frame. The reason why I put the rear disc guards on the bikes is because I kind of have a little bit of a riding philosophy where we go kind of hard through rocks and things and some nasty areas, and we'll kind of float the front wheel through things and over things, and the back wheel just has to kind of follow, and sometimes that means it gets put in extreme harm's way. And so if I put a rear disc guard on the bike, like a beefy disc guard like this Bulletproof Designs disc guard on the bike that is a one-piece, super heavy-duty piece, I know that my brake rotor back here is going to come through unscathed, basically no matter what I'm putting, what I'm asking the rear of my bike to follow through. So I like putting these on. There's other ones from Tusk and some different companies that are two-piece skid plates or two-piece disc guards, and they're probably fine, but this one is very beefy. I really, really love this company and this product. So it's easy to install. All I have to do is take the tire off, and then I'll take my brake caliper off. There's just a couple of bolts here. I'll install the brake caliper assembly onto this guy, and then we're ready to go. Let's take a look at that. It's kind of fun working on a brand new bike that doesn't have a lot of the dirt and grime on it. I try to keep my bikes clean. Let's see if I get my knee out of the way there. I try to keep my bikes clean anyway, but it is nice to work on them when they're really clean like this. So I'm just gonna take my chain off here, pull this out. Then we are ready to do this. So I'll set this to the side, and these brake calipers will just slide right. Oh, it slides off if I push the thing forward like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to replace this piece right here with the Bulletproof Designs bracket. So we're just going to basically assemble our brake caliper onto this guy right here. And this piece that you can see, this bracket, is going to be essentially discarded because it's not going to be used anymore. The Bulletproof Designs, as you can see, let me come grab it right here. The Bulletproof Designs rear disc guard is basically an integrated piece right here. You can see how the top of this disc guard is the same as this bracket up here. So we're just going to replace all of this bracket with all of this. Before I get too carried away though, I'm going to go ahead and expand my master cylinder with a screwdriver. I'm just putting this in here in between the brake pads and just carefully twisting this just to kind of push the brake fluid out of this master cylinder here and expand these. That's going to make it easier when I go to put the bike back together. And then I will take these clips. What we're going to do is remove these brake pads right out of here. Whoops, that clip shot way over here. I need to grab that before I lose it. I'll put that right there, and then same thing here. I'll put my finger on it so it doesn't shoot to Kingdom Come. Then I'll push this, or I'll pull this pin out, set it down here, and then these brake pads can slide or drop out of there. I will need this to stay up in there, and then we're just going to take and pull this off. Like, it's pretty easy. This just pulls right out of the bracket if you just work on that. So that pulls right out. So here's now my brake caliper, and this is the part that we're going to discard. So what I'm going to do is we're replacing these two things, right? Swapping it out. So I'm gonna have to take this bolt out and put it on this guy and then put it all kind of back together. So rather than, let's check this and see. Yeah, we're still good. Just wanted to check I'll undo this package for you here. I was gonna go to the bench, but we might as well just do it right here. Open up the packaging on this guy. Try not to kill ourselves. Okay, so this is what we've got here. We're gonna swap these two things out. So the main thing I need to do is I need to take this piece off, this little brake caliper keeper, and I'm gonna swap it over to here. I'm gonna take this off and move it over to here. I think this is a 13 millimeter. I'll move that over to there. I'll put some Loctite as I swap that over. And then this little guy, it's gonna go in here, just like this. So, I mean, this is so easy to do, guys. That's it. So let's see if I can pop this off with just a screwdriver right here. Sometimes I can. You wanna try to do this without bending it. There we go. And then this will go right on here. Let's put it on correctly, Kyle. Come on, doofus. Put this. There we go. That's on like that. Now the only thing I need to do is I'm going to grab a socket and take this and put it over into here with some Loctite, and then we're ready to put this back together. Okay, simple. Now we've taken this bolt and we've installed it in here. Now, just double checking. All we need to do is fish these things back together, like so. And that is there. That's all we need to do. Make sure that these can expand. You want this to be able to float a little bit. That's why it floats a little bit, so that those brake calipers, so it can move. And so you want to make sure that everything looks good. Those boots look good. The boot up here and the boot down here, you make sure nothing's pinched. And it doesn't look like anything is. So now I can go ahead and put my brake discs back in. I'll slide that one in there, like that. And I'll slide this one, drop it in right here. That's kind of how it always is. You can do this 100 times off camera and never have an issue. And then you try to do it on camera, and then suddenly it's like, why is that fighting me? That's one thing I've learned with this whole YouTube thing, is it'll never fight you until you're on camera, and then it'll fight you. Every time. Get that straight. There we go. Now we're good there. We'll go ahead and put our pins back in. And essentially be ready to install this back. Put the tire back on. Put that pin in, this pin in, and we are good. Now I'll just put that back on the swing arm, right there like that. Then we'll install the tire. So there you have it, guys. That's the installation of this, Bulletproof Designs rear disc guard. Super beefy, super awesome. I really like those things. They take a ton of abuse. They're not hard to install. It's going to take you anywhere from 10 minutes to 30 minutes to do this, the entire thing. And they are bulletproof, literally. So I'm gonna have to adjust my chain tension here because this is a new bike, and this bike definitely does not have enough chain tension. So I will do that off camera. Yeah, it's too loose. Anyway, this you can get these things. I bought this one off Rocky Mountain ATV and MC. Those guys are great. I have links down in the video description for where you can buy this product. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does help us out. So go ahead and use those links down below, please, please, please. And this is one of the very few things that I think that most people need to put on their dirt bikes, especially if they're riding out in the West where we have tons of rocky terrain. This is going to save your rear disc, and it might save your ride and make it so that you can get back to the truck without having a bent brake rotor back here, because that is a bad deal. So if you like the videos, please remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on Instagram and Facebook if you want to see what's going on at a little bit earlier notice. And you can support us on Patreon. One of the main ways you can support though is just by using those affiliate links that are down in the video description, or go to dirtbikechannel.com/parts. I even have Amazon links down there. If you click on that Amazon link, anything you buy gives a little bit of a kickback to me, and that helps me to support my family. So thanks so much, guys, and appreciate you. We'll see you in the next video.